car dash cams have never been popular in the United States. But suddenly it all changed in the last year. All of a sudden, everybody wants to get a dash cam for their car. I think because the new models start to offer this feature, everybody driving older models wants to get it as well. But before you buy a dash cam for your car, you need to know some basics. What makes a good dash cam? And what dash cam features are recommended? So here are the top 12 features that you need to look for in a dash cam. Feature number 1, it has to have front and rear cameras. It has to have both cameras. If you have only front camera, then you don't have 360-degree surveillance. So the whole point of a dash cam is to video record if something happens. And if you have only one camera, you don't have 50% of coverage. Feature number 2, it has to record both video and sound. A lot of dash cams don't record sound. And if you don't have a sound, you don't see the clear picture. Sometimes the sound fills the story. So if you want to see if something happens, many times sound makes a big difference. So make sure your dash cam can record both video and sound. Feature number 3, it has to have automatic recording. So what it means, every time you sit in the car, the recording should start automatically. So this way you will never forget. Because a lot of dash cams, you have to press it manually. So every time when you sit in the car, you have to press the button, and I'm not sure you're going to remember it every time. So make sure it has automatic recording. Feature number 4, it must have the loop recording. The media where you record your video files, if it fills completely and there is no more space left, it will start recording from the beginning. So it will erase unnecessary files and then it will start recording the new files. So for example, you drive a car and nothing happens. All these video files you don't really need. So they will self-erase and the new recording will start. If you don't have a loop recording, it means it will stop recording when your hard drive is filled completely. So make sure your dash cam offers the loop recordings. Feature number 5, the front camera has to have at least 4K resolution. Now a lot of people think, why do you need high quality video recording on a dash cam? Well, for example, if something happens and you try to see the license plates of the car in front of you, many times you have to zoom in. And if you record in a low resolution, you're not going to be able to zoom in because everything will be pixelated. So when you record in 4K resolution, you can zoom in on license plates and you can still see the number. In the year of 2022, 4K recording is a must, especially for the front camera. Feature number 6, the camera has to have wide angle. So it means when you record, the wide angle can catch the left, the right and the front. So it can catch wide angle. This way you can cover 360-degree if you have front and rear cameras and you can see everything. If you don't have wide angle, sometimes something happens on the side of your car, you're not going to be able to see. Feature number 7, your dash cam has to have a night vision capabilities. Because if you drive at night, it's very important you can see the clear picture. So it has to be compatible with night vision. Feature number 8, your dash cam has to have a capability to be controlled from the cell phone. So you can actually download your recordings, or you can control the camera from the cell phone. In the year of 2022,
one day you may be able to call home and automatically turn off the oven. Or from a public telephone a couple of 100 miles away, turn on your home air conditioner and have the house nice and cool when you return from your hot trip.
Everything has to be compatible with the smartphone. Otherwise, don't buy it. Feature number 9. Don't get a dash cam if it has a backup lithium-ion battery. Now, there is nothing wrong with lithium-ion battery, but the problem is if you have your dash cam inside the car, sometimes it gets really hot. What happens to lithium battery when it gets really hot? It explodes. So you have to consider the temperature inside the car. Instead of lithium batteries, get a capacitor. So the good dash cam features a capacitor instead of lithium battery. Feature number 10. Make sure your dash cam comes with the parking mode security. So it means it can work when you lock your car and go home. Dash cams with the parking mode must have a G sensor. G sensor reacts for motion. So for example, you park your car, you don't want to drain your battery and run your dash cam all the time. So if somebody hits your window or try to open the door, your car shakes or moves. And this G sensor can sense it and start recording only if it happens. Otherwise, you don't want to put pressure on your battery. Feature number 11. This is optional, but it's nice to have. GPS capabilities. So if your dash cam has a GPS sensor, then your recording can also include your GPS positioning. It's not 100% necessary, but it's a nice thing to have. And sometimes, if you get an accident and you need to prove something in the court of law, this will prove your location, your GPS position. So it can be very useful for safety and security. And feature number 12, it has to be less expensive than original equipment of the car. I think now, guys, you like me. So I did a little homework and I tested about 15 different dash cams, and I didn't like most of them, but some of them were pretty good. And in my next video, I'm gonna demo one of them, which qualifies for all 12 specs that I mentioned in this video. So stay tuned. And the question of today is, what kind of dash cam and what features do you recommend? Please let us know in the comment section below.